This combination is going to be one of our more tricky ones. We're going to be combining a lot of balance and a lot of strength. So I'll demonstrate the movement first, and then we're going to break it all down to give you all of the components. So we're going to start with our side lunge. So we step out, and then we come up and balance. Side lunge, balance. So let's break that down. With the side lunge, we'll start with that. That's the easier of the two in this combination. I'm going to hold the mace in an under-over, so I'm under on the globe side, over on the handle side. Whichever side is on the handle, I'm going to step with that foot, so I'm always stepping away from the globe. So I step out, and as I step out, my toes are going to track out to the side. It's not as important for this one, but it's a good habit to get into because when we start building into flows and we start maybe swinging in front, we want that knee to be tracking more to the side, whereas if my toes are pointed forward, that knee is going to come forward, and then I don't have that clearance to continue with other flow movements. So good practice, good habit to get into. Toes are going to be slightly angled out. They're not pointed straight to the side of me, but in between. So I stepped away from the globe, toes are tracking out, I lean towards the side that I stepped. I'm going to extend my arm that's holding the globe side, so for me that's my left side. My left arm is going to be straight. My right arm is going to pull back just slightly, so I'm not holding the mace in front of my body, I'm holding it back a little bit. So from the side you can see a little bit better. I step, and then I pull that mace kind of into the hip crease that I've created there. So I step down, okay? So this is your side lunge position. From here, our second movement is going to finish with one foot. I'm going to hold the middle of the mace. I'm going to try to extend that arm out straight. So to get in that position, as you're in the side lunge, you're going to step up sort of explosively, so you can practice that just here. Side lunge out, practice your balance before you start adding any arm motion in. Once you're feeling comfortable with that, you're going to have a slide up, and then I'm going to release with my left hand so that my right hand is holding the mace. So from here, and you can keep it close to start, that's going to be a little bit easier, a little bit more modified. Once you're feeling comfortable with that, we're going to try to extend that arm out straight. That's where the strength is going to come in. That's a pretty hard isometric hold with your shoulder. So if you have lighter maces, you can practice with those. I don't necessarily think you're going to need more than a 10 or a 15 pound mace for this. Obviously you can always go heavier with everything, but after a few reps, holding a 10-pound mace out to the side, I'm already getting tired just doing that. So from your side lunge, you're stepping. I'm going to explosively step back, and I like to just keep this leg mostly straight. That way it's already ready for my balance. So I step up, I slide my hand to the middle, release, and extend. I bring it back, so all I do is as I'm coming back down, I just bring it towards my body. My left hand is ready to receive it. I grab near the globe, and as I come out, I'm sliding down the mace and then bringing it back into my side lunge. I step up, extend, I bring it back, and I slide. Okay? So I slide halfway up, I slide back out. So, like with a lot of movements, we can change the level of difficulty based on the speed we're going. Faster doesn't always mean harder. For this, faster is going to make it actually a little bit easier. Going slower is really what's going to add some difficulty here. So let's say you want to modify this, we're going to add speed. Usually that's not the case, but for this movement, since there's a lot of balance and isometrics involved, less time holding the mace out to the side is obviously going to be easier. So if we're going a little bit faster, that's how that'll look. Obviously there's not as much balance component there because as I come up, I'm already starting to fall back down into that side lunge. There's not a lot of isometric hold out to the side because as soon as it comes out, it's coming right back in. going harder, you can always go as slow as you want to go, but we can step out. You can add an active grip here, crush the mace or snap the mace, twist it, whatever you want to do. Active grip here. I come up, I extend, hold and balance, woo, balance, and then come back down, active grip. I extend, hold, back down. So this is a lot more time under tension, and my shoulder is already feeling it just from those few movements. So if you're doing that for any amount of time, you're definitely going to feel the struggle, and that's totally cool. If you want that kind of a workout, it's a great isometric shoulder movement. Sometimes those shoulder holds can be challenging for some people if you have shoulder issues. So that's why I would start on the lighter side as you learn, see how it feels, and maybe work your way up to about a 10 is really as high as I'm going to use for this for my workouts personally. You can always do what you want to do. But if that is hard to hold, that isometric, you may want to do the faster variation where you're not holding it as much, you're just kind of pressing out and bringing it back in. That'll be the less strain on your shoulders if that's something you need. So hopefully you enjoyed this combination. If you did, make sure you're subscribed because I'm going to put a lot more of these out there. We're going to learn a lot more mace combinations as we go through.